Greetings and welcome to the BRK show. I am your host Brian Karani, and you are tuned in to the show that brings you all the evocative news on health, politics, education, sports, arts and culture from Kenya and around the world. All this straight to your electronic devices. First, here's a look at major stories doing rounds around the globe. In our first story, in the US, the youngest woman ever elected to Congress has a huge problem. Which one, do you ask? She cannot afford to pay her rent in the capital, Washington, D.C. Miss Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says she has to wait until January for her first paycheck to be able to pay her rent, and this has earned her the title the Millennial Congresswoman. She was elected to New York's 14th congressional district after running a progressive campaign that focused on issues including poverty, wealth inequality, and migration. Heavy rains in Jordan have caused flash floods which have killed 11 people and forced the evacuation of nearly 4,000 tourists from the ancient city of Petra. Floodwaters in some areas rose up to 4 meters. State TV reported footage showed people on the city's main road trying to stay clear of the water. Evacuated tourists were taken to safe areas. Government spokeswoman Jumana Gunaimat said rescue teams and helicopters have been searching for 5 people who were swept away in Madaba, southwest of the capital, Amman. This comes 2 weeks after 21 people were swept away by another flash flood in the Dead Sea area. 2018 has been the year for martial arts the world over. This year, the 2018 Global Martial Arts Awards were held in Singapore on November. The gala and dinner ceremony was held at the JW Marriott Hotel, Singapore in South Beach, and it saw the most prolific martial arts personalities all come together under one roof. In the gala, One Championship, Asia's largest global sports media company, had quite a handful of its athletes bestowed several honors. Filipino superstar Edward Folayang took home the Martial Arts Hero of the Year award. Folayang is the former one lightweight world champion and has long been considered the face of Philippine mixed martial arts. On to our main story. Back in Kenya, the sport has slowly gained ground and steady exposure garnering interest in the country, but Philippines was still taking over the show at the 6th edition of the Mombasa Open Tong Ilmodo International Martial Arts Championship at Aga Khan Academy. Defending champions, Kenya made a slow start in the competition as Majudi de los Santos of Philippines beat 27 other competitors by collecting 8.9 points to win the first gold in the championship, with the silver medal going to his countryman Giovanwas Segela, who managed 8.6 points. Ogene Ifenaji of Nigeria was third with 8.55 points. The fourth place went to Thailand's Tongjaruen Miabon with 8.45 points, and Philippines' Rivers Pesayo finishing 5th, having 8.25 points. Abubakar Moisungu was Kenya's top-placed participant when he claimed 6th position after getting 8.25 points, with his teammate Tom Kabochi clinching 7th place. Michael Diong Zuli from Zambia was 8th with 8.2 points. Kenya captain Elvis Malipe took 9th spot with 8.15 points, while another Kenyan, Junso Joe Juma, rounded off the top 10. Remember, you can always connect with us via Twitter handle at Brian Karani with the hashtag BRK. We have a few comments, and reading from Don Chinku says, "We need to give more concentration to other sports, not just football. Imagine if we rallied behind our martial arts athletes like we do behind football. We'd be performing at big stages around the world." Another comment from Tracy on the track. "Finally, some appreciation from our media on martial arts. Karate kitukuzwe." Keep sending in your tweets and engaging with us. We will try our very best to read all your comments. And so with that, we hand you over to Alan Kania, our correspondent, who gets an in-depth view of how a trainer is trying to get people to learn discipline through martial arts.
Martial arts has steadily increased in popularity in the country and many Kenyans are engaging in the sport. We meet up with one Bobby Ware, who is a martial arts instructor, and he shows us a few self-defense moves we can apply in the streets.
Hi, we at the African Mixed Martial Arts, we're going to demonstrate for you a technique against street self-defense. With me here is my senior instructor, Mr. Mike Odede. We're going to attack first, and this is the application. So this technique is effective against a wild attack, as it's commonly used in the street. So as the attacker attacks slow, I'm gonna block with an extended outward block. I'm gonna punch. The reason why you want to punch is actually to confuse the opponent. Then we are going for a lock technique. By readjusting my lock, I put him with the wrist lock technique. That, as you can see, is dropping his weight down, giving me at least a few seconds to take him down. As he goes down, I want to control his head by placing my knee or shin on his neck, and then apply a pressure on his rib cage, then both, and then apply pressure pushing upwards, do a wrist lock technique, and then release.
Mr. Ware opened his school 2 months ago and already has around 20 students enrolled. We shall surely keep tabs on this space. Reporting for BRK Show, I am Alan Kanu.
Keep sending in your tweets and share your views and opinions. Joining me for the show are 3 guests who will help us understand how the country is faring in the field of martial arts. First, we have Jeff Ndiho, who is a fitness and orange belt taekwondo student. Welcome, Jeff. How has martial arts helped you in your life?
Kitu ya kwanza, martial arts imenisaidia to control my anger and to know that in this world it's not all about fighting and all such kind of things. So one thing I can say, it has helped me control my anger. Before, I used to, I was a hot-tempered guy. I used to like fighting most of the time and doing all the bad stuff. But actually, after I trained myself in martial arts, I learned to control my anger. Yeah.
Do you think Kenya could perform well in the sport on a regular basis?
Yeah, actually true. We can improve and actually we can do great because it's a great sport, a very fine sport actually. Yeah.
With us also is Ephantus Ndungu, a gym instructor and fitness instructor and a taekwondo trainer with a black belt. So Ephantus, why hasn't the culture of martial arts grown like other sports in Kenya?
You see, martial arts most of the time, most of the people they usually engage themselves in football and different type of sports. But when you come to the martial arts, most of our society in Kenya, we see as martial arts as it's not a way of income. But for one, martial arts you can use it in self-defense, that is one. Something else, you can get some incomes through it. And even something else is part of discipline. So we were told we can try to train the people the martial art, or the people they can accept to train the martial arts. Our generation or our Kenya can be so very nice because we can have like young people that can be so very disciplined in that. And even the young people who doesn't have jobs, they can have the jobs. Yeah.
What is the main motivation for people coming to you to be trained in the arts?
When you look to the majority of the people who come to the training of the martial arts, most of them are young. Let me say age, starting from the goes to age 25. Those are the people that say that they're interested to be done in martial art. But when you come to the age of 25 and above, most of the people they see are seeing the age as seeing that it is gone. So they see they cannot train martial art, but that is wrong. What I can advise everyone, martial art is for everyone. It rules for the young and for the old. Because if at all you can go to like the outside country, you see even old people, even a 70-person, 80-person, you see is training martial art and is doing quite well. So martial art, I can say it is for the best and it's for everyone.
And finally, I would like to introduce Humphrey Kimathi, an events organizer and promoter who sometimes helps in setting up sports tournaments in his neighborhood. Welcome to the show, Humphrey.
Thank you, Brian, for having me.
What steps do you take to ensure that your events run successfully?
For my events, for my previous events that I've done, I've focused on social media. Because with the technology today, I think social media is the only place you can get people, a lot of people to come to events. Yeah. So social media like Facebook and Instagram and also Snapchat. And let's say using your friends can be a very nice place to start marketing the event and to make it viral. Yeah, I think that's the modest way for me to use just to make my events being known to everyone. Yeah.
And what's the difference between hosting a sports event and a normal gig?
First of all, I'll say a normal gig, I think we host it for people to come have fun, mingle, and also get to learn about fashion and new styles. But for sports events, for sports activities, I think most of all it's about learning new cultures, yeah, learning new skills, having to enjoy knowing how to keep fit in sports, yeah, different sports. Like for basketball, there's football, yeah, and now there's also cricket, yeah. There's so much sports that people can indulge in, and to create an event for sports, you must circle those events, all of those sports events, on what people like most. Yeah.
Does the sport pay well, in your opinion?
Martial arts. Martial art, I think it's something that you can't rely on in terms of money. I think that's only for self-indulgence, yeah? Your own self that you want to learn martial art as an activity or as a hobby. But if you're looking to do martial art because of money, I think you'll have to work. I think you'll have to work more for you to earn in martial arts. But as they say, if you've been watching the Chinese movies, they say martial art is like it's a culture of keeping peace with oneself. Yes.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. Sampling some of your tweets, I can see Ken Mugo says, I would definitely start taking kickboxing classes after seeing this episode. It will be good for my confidence and fitness as well. Indeed it will. Keep engaging and sharing your views and tell us what you think. So clearly, in a country which is crazed about sports, mostly athletics and ball games like football and rugby, we can definitely acquire taste in other sports and promote martial arts. We should also give more attention to sports that could project our country's status in more than one field. We have seen martial arts garnering huge audiences over the years, and many countries producing stars in the field who go on to be successful. It would be good indeed to nurture talent in sports, and seeing how easy it is to find training facilities for fitness and combat-based sports, many Kenyans could find something new to excel in. That is all we have for you today. Remember to continue sharing your views and on our topics via my Twitter handle @Brian Karani. I have been your host, Brian Karani. Do have yourself a wonderful time until our next episode.